Hello from Mirror Lake in Alaska. And behind us, the clouds are touching the mountain. It's really cool. Really, really cool.
North to Alaska, go north for us is home.
Today, we are going north of Anchorage. Right now, we're driving through neighborhoods in Eagle River, and we're stopping first at Mirror Lake. Which one?
Mirror Lake.
Now, it was a little bit of a cloudy day, so we couldn't see the full awesomeness of the mountains, but we did get to see the clouds on the mountains, which was still cool. It was pretty cold, relatively. It was like 50-some degrees outside, and I brought my jacket, and so I had my mom touch the water. Touch it again. How is it?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad?
No, it's really not. You touch it.
Bar!
No, hold your hand.
That's cold! That is very cold. You could not swim in that. That is cold water. That is cold water.
It's not cold water. Well, you act like it's Alaska.
Look how pretty it is. We are in Alaska. Mirror Lake. The trees were super colorful, so I had to get pictures, and I found what Bob Ross would paint right there. Oh yeah, and then there was 2 bears there. They weren't very scary though. So then we headed north to Palmer and Wasilla and Willow, and even farther north to go look at some real estate. A cute little Alaskan cabin for sale. We just couldn't get over how steep these mountains were. They were super steep, and then the funny thing was, mountains? No mountains at all. Our first stop was the Palmer Visitor Center. Palmer is a farming community located 42 miles northeast of Anchorage on the Glen Highway. Palmer is in the middle of lush farmlands at the Matanuska Valley, and it kind of has an unusual history. Palmer became the site of one of the most unusual experiments in American history, the Matanuska Valley Colony. The Federal Emergency Relief Administration, created by President Roosevelt, planned an agricultural colony in Alaska. The Great Depression and the infamous Dust Bowl left many families destitute all across the nation. President Roosevelt offered 203 families from the hardest hit areas of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, a lot of newlyweds, a chance to start over in Alaska.
Some colonists may have had visions of a honeymoon cruise, but the St. Mihiel was an uncomfortable army transport with separate holds for men and women.
The farmers faced many challenges, such as short growing seasons, but it had 20-plus hours of daylight, leading to giant vegetables. However, within 5 years, over half of the colonists left the valley to return to their homes in the lower 48. By 1965, only 20 of the original families were still farming in the Matanuska Valley.
Unfortunately, I am out of that.
And then there was the garden we walked through, and talk about a very pretty garden. And look, there's a little caterpillar. I couldn't get over how pretty all of the flowers were and how vibrant the colors were. Like, look at this color. That's an amazing bluish, purplish color, whatever you want to call it. They weren't very soft, though. World record cabbages, carrots, and other vegetables. Who would have known?
She says it's because they get so much daylight in the summer.
Look at their flowers. Their flowers kind of, it's like a, they're different, like, flavor of colors. There really is planes everywhere. And there's complimentary tea and coffee. I like this yellow flower. What's that yellow flower?
I didn't think of it until you said
They're all kind of like soft colors, all of them.
muted soft.
They're not muted, they're soft.
Soft.
And they're girly colors.
They're very girly colors.
I just want to take pictures of it.
Artichoke.
These are artichokes?
Artichoke.
Bush beans? I can't believe there's still beans trying to grow. Look at that vehicle. There's tomatoes. Why is the ground so gushy? After exploring the pretty garden, we drove through the rest of Palmer, and we headed northwest through Wasilla, Willow, and even farther north to a remote cabin that was for sale. It was a very pretty drive, not tons of mountains super close. Why are these trees so bare at the bottom? But there were some like overlooks you could see, and it was just like the most Alaskan picture you can think of. It's a big valley with all these trees, and at the other end was ginormous mountains. Very cool. Hello there.
Hello there.
We are driving, following Klaus. I want to just call his name Klaus.
Klaus?
A realtor, going to show us a log cabin.
Genuine, authentic Alaskan cabin.
I mean, this is like the most Alaskan road ever.
Yes.
And what's it called? It's on
Past the Bait Avenue.
Past the Bait. So
Yep.
we are going to go look at an Alaskan cabin.
Yep.
Because someone might be a little crazy
Yep.
and wants to move up here.
We might just do it.
We?
We. We.
This is all you. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna go look.
We're in Alaska, looking at real estate.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small.
The bedroom is upstairs. There's a full bathroom, propane plumbing throughout. Hookups are a 35,000 BTU fireplace heater, refrigerator freezer, for 4-burner kitchen stove, an extra outlet in the bathroom for a future hot water heater. There is electric wiring throughout, but it is not electric. But it is off-grid at the moment. It's apparently very, very expensive to get electricity back there, even though it's about a mile away. There is a 144 square foot storage shed with assorted tools and equipment. It was built in 2002, 704 square feet. And surprisingly, there wasn't a lack of neighbors. Yes, we passed one spot and we're like, how are there this many mailboxes? So it's out in the middle of nowhere, tons of mailboxes, but you can't see any of the houses because they're all back off the road. So you're totally alone, but yet you're not alone. But you're very alone. It's one of those Alaskan things, I guess.
And everything stays.
Meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
We are on, what'd you say, East Hidden Hills Road. And this is the farthest north we have ever been in our entire lives, and probably for a while.
On Parks Highway and about 150 miles away from Denali.
From Denali.
Yes.
So farthest north ever.
Ever been?
And now we're going south.
And now we're heading back south. Back to the little cabin, and the little cabin was.
But okay.
But we looked and we seen, so
Going south.
going south.
And on the way back south, minus the pretty mountains, there was pretty flowers like fireweed. So I had to pick some because it was so cute. See any bears, moose? Flat, flat. And then straight up. I mean, look at that. It is really cool, isn't it?
I mean, that's flat.
So that is out the passenger side door. Let's see what's out the driver's side door. That's funny. Our next stop is Eagle River Visitor Center. But I'm going to save that video for part 2, so stay tuned for part 2. But here's a little preview of what Eagle River looks like. The rest of the video is just the gorgeousness of Alaska. Here we are passing the Matanuska River. Very, very Alaskan-esque. Look how Alaska that looks. So pretty. But anyway, so the rest of this video is just us admiring Alaska. So keep watching. Here's the Knik River. I think. Knik. I think the K is not silent. Maybe it is. So enjoy the rest of this Alaskan footage showing off Alaskan nature.
Free.